I just got back from the Middle East. We had to buy new outfits for all my dancers because they were, so sexy. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. I am Luis Fonsi, and this is GQ's The Process. Despacito means slowly, just slowing it down, slowing life down, slowing the relationship down, slowing that night down. From the moment you meet that person, just enjoying and savoring every second of it. I woke up one morning with Despacito, Puerto Rico, ay bendito. That's all I had. So I literally ran to my studio. I just made sure I recorded that before I forgot it. That afternoon, I met with Erika Ender, who was an amazing songwriter. She played me some ideas she had, and I was like, but wait, I have this idea called Despacito. Played it for her on my guitar. And she's like, ooh, there's something there, let's work on this. 4 hours in, we had Despacito. We're Latin people, man. We do writing sessions with a bottle of whiskey or rum. But then Erika and I just kind of built a scenario. We're like, hey, we're in a club, and there's this guy and this girl, and we're looking at each other, and tú eres el imán, yo soy el metal, we're connecting. Hey, let's do this, but let's take it Despacito. You almost have to build characters. Sometimes I give the characters names. It's like the equivalent of like an actor researching the role. 98% of the songs that I've written are melody first, lyrics second. Despacito, it was born together. It was born Despacito. I write Despacito with Erika. It actually started sounding like a cumbia song. Cumbia is like, ting, ting, ting. I had that vibe. Despacito, ting, ting. So I recorded the demo this way, and I just left it. Andres Torres and Mauricio Rengifo are the producers of Despacito. I played them very raw demo, and they're like, this song is amazing. I'm like, yeah, but I just don't know where to take it. And they're like, that needs a beat. That song just needs like a strong beat to make people dance. I sat with the guys, and I was like, what would happen if we take out the second verse and we have a featuring on this song? I had worked with Daddy Yankee, so I took a chance, and I called him. I sent him the track. I was like, look, this song is special. It just needs that last sort of explosion that I can't do and that you can. The very first thing was what we call the pluck, which is the We just laid that down. Andres, he just started laying that sort of reggaeton. But he came up with a sound that's a little bit different than the traditional reggaeton dembow. That's how they call it. In the first chorus, we don't hit the one. It goes, like it comes in on the upbeat, not on the downbeat. They changed it up enough so it just feels refreshing. It doesn't feel like it's something that you've heard before. And the cuatro idea was actually one of the last ideas and probably the most important part of the song. Cuatro guitar is such an important instrument from Puerto Rico because it's used for traditional music. It's not used for popular music. It just has that particular sound that just takes you to your childhood. There's a line that goes, and to me, that is the glue. That initial retardando before the first chorus, when the beat is going and it just goes, Despacito. To me, that's so important. And it works perfect because what I'm saying is slowly. So we slowed down that beginning. When that beat drops, it just makes it that much bigger. When we start recording it and actually start tweaking it with final vocals and doing all the BGs and all the background vocals, I always record more than what we're gonna need. You just give the mixer a bunch of ideas, and then they can kind of pick and choose. And we do a bunch of haze and just ad-libs, and it's fun. Obviously, when Daddy Yankee comes in, we had to restructure the song because he came up with really cool parts. When we were in the studio and he started coming up with the rap, he just kind of stood in front of a wall and just started going, and he just started shouting stuff out. And when he came up with, Sabe que tu corazón conmigo te hace bam bam, I looked at the producers, I was like, we're gonna have to go back and do that with the whole track. We already had everything mixed, so we had to go back, open up the session, and make sure that the whole track went And now every time you hear that part, you have to like move with it. Producers, artists, songwriters, we like to mess around with the track and we're never done with it until somebody just says, stop. At some point you just have to say, let's mix. Like, let's just give it to the engineer to mix. Let's master. It's like taking your kid to school. You know what I mean? It's like that first day of school. It's like, just let them go. So when I wrote this song, I was 100% thinking of my Latin audience. It just didn't even cross my mind that this song was going to cross over. Seeing not only the United States, but just the world sing a song in Spanish, it's so huge for Latin music. That's what I'm mostly proud of, that I was a part of a song that really broke the language barrier. And that to me is the biggest thing of Despacito. I'm still shocked. I can't sit here and act like this is normal. The fact that people in Russia are singing and dancing this song, given, you know what I mean, like how different culturally we are. Not only the language thing, but just the way, the sexy dancing on the video and this and that. And I think that's beautiful, that they're still loving this song. The song was released January 13th. Mid-April, I got a call from my record label saying, hey, we just got a call from Justin Bieber's camp that he heard the song in a club while he was in Colombia. He loved it. He saw how everybody just reacted and he wants to do the remix. And I was like, what? I was like, yeah, let's go for it. We sent him the session. He's like, yeah, he's going to record it tonight. He's going to do it. He knows what he wants to do. Just let him be. I was like, cool. Just send me, whatever he does. Let's see what happens. Next night, I get his version. I'm thinking that he's going to do the English version of Despacito. I hear it, and I hear this new verse in the beginning. And then when the chorus starts, Despacito. And he's singing it in Spanish. And I'm like, what? That's gold. He didn't really change it up. He just added the correct ingredients, and that's what took the song to the next level. That picture was taken the day of the video shoot. We knew that we needed a shot to release that day. We just kind of sat there, DY and we just tried to look cool. I mean, he always looks cool. He's a reggaeton star. I have to work hard on the looking cool thing. I was just like, hey, let me just look over here and kind of do the squinty thing and take a picture, and there it goes. Despacito cover. I just got back from the Middle East. We had to buy new outfits for all my dancers because they were, so sexy. And we wanted to make sure we didn't insult anybody. And we have to be very respectful. When I go to Latin American audiences, they'll know every single song from top to bottom. When I go to these newer countries, newer markets, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical. I was a little afraid. Budapest. I was like, I don't know how these people are gonna react. It was packed, sold out. 8,000, 9,000 people. From the very beginning, they were on their feet, singing, dancing, and it was like, oh man, this is, again, the power of music. Music unites. That was probably my most important shows in my career. It wasn't my traditional audience. First time they get to see me perform live. They really just know a few songs, but they just enjoyed it from top to bottom. So it was really cool. The way I work when it comes to the visual side of the music, the video, I get together with my director and I just give him sort of how I felt when I wrote the song. The song from the beginning was paying homage to Puerto Rico. The bridge, vamos a en una playa en Puerto Rico. So I called one of my closest friends, who happens to be one of the most amazing directors I know, Carlos Perez. I said, look, man, I have this really special song. I'm sure you hear this all the time. But I have this really special song. We have to do it in Puerto Rico. I want it to be the streets, the people, the dancing, like where I grew up. And he got it right away. We started talking about sort of this female figure. We needed this beautiful model to kind of bring everything together. And I called Zuleika Rivera. I'm like, Sue, so I got this song. It's a really special song. We need you. She's like, I've heard it 10 times in a row. I can't turn it off. I love it. Count me in. It was really a party. From the moment we got there to the moment we finished, we just kept on dancing. I don't consider myself a dancer. I dance. I'm Latino, man. We dance. We all dance. It's like, if you don't dance, you're weird. A lot of the stuff was improvised. We're just having a good time. It was about dancing, coming together, and I'm really proud of it. And I'm glad that it broke every single viewing record. On YouTube, the video has 4.5 billion views. I still say it and it's tough not to smile when I say it. 4.5 billion views. I am Luis Fonsi and this was my process.